you gotta learn to do it alone, man. You gotta learn to pick yourself up when you're at your lowest point, and you gotta know that nobody is there. Nobody's there to do it for you. Nobody's coming to save you. I know you guys probably hear all the time, but it's true. I remember when I was at my lowest point in my life, just about maybe 10 months ago, 9 months ago. I'm not sure on the exact date, but I was working tons of hours at work. I look myself in the mirror after getting fast food every single night, stopping by California Burrito at 2 a.m. when nobody else knew, my friends, my family didn't know. I was eating out every day. I went and I started to just kind of push all my priorities to the side. I started to push who I was, my standards, my habits down in the mud because, I thought I had an excuse. And as I was doing this, my life started to fall apart in other areas. I started to realize the man I was in my relationship. And I realized that my whole entire relationship, I grew up treating my girlfriend very, very bad, even though I was so good in tons of ways, and I'm a very good-hearted person. I've always been a very good person, but I was so insecure, and I would always just push everything to the side. Like, I would always care what she wore, how other people are looking at her, how the way she walked, she talked, and I would always just judge her, judge her, judge her. I would judge all my friends, my family. I'd judge everybody because I was so upset with who I was. And I was so worried about what everybody else thought of me and what everybody else was doing and what I wasn't doing. I'd always try to give people advice on things that I couldn't even do myself. It's so crazy to think about. And like so many of us get caught up doing the same things. We start to please everybody else in life. I remember living for everybody else, living for what my friends wanted me to do, what my family wanted me to do. And, it got to a point where I dug myself in the dirt. I was stuck in the sand, in quicksand, it felt like. It was pulling me very fast out of nowhere. It started to pull me down, pull me down. And I started to wake up feeling more tired, wake up feeling more sad, more beat up about myself. And this all led on to a big old breaking point in my life where I could have decided to give everything up and just throw everything I've ever worked for away. I hit a point where I was thinking about what if I just stopped working out. That was the one thing I had left was that gym. Every single night, I'd go tear it up in the gym. Even if I fueled my body incorrectly, I ate pizza, I ate California burrito, I ate whatever. I would overdose on caffeine, close to 800 milligrams at 1 a.m. And I'd get all fired up, walk into the gym with a heart full of pain, the heart full of judgment, with anger, with demonic thoughts. And that's what led me into the gym every night, to feed that anger, to not get rid of it, but to feed it. I was feeding it with more caffeine. I was feeding it with more fast food, with more judgment, with more fear, with more doubt in myself. And I was fearing the demon inside of me. Seriously. And it might sound silly, but I seriously was. I was feeding my soul with negative thing after negative thing after negative thing. And it just came from one thing, from another, from another. One fast food meal led to the next, 2 scoops of pre-workout, led to the next, waking up super late because I couldn't sleep at night, led to me masturbating at night when I tried to quit time after time. I have so many memories in my Snapchat that I can look at, and it says, this is the last day. Then I go a week down my Snapchat, this is the last day. A week down, I will never do this again. A week down, a video of me saying, I'm fed up, I'm done doing this. And it would happen time after time. And it got to so many low points where I just felt like I let myself go. And I hit this point in life where I broke up with my girlfriend after 5 strong years in that relationship. The most lovely, pure-hearted woman I've ever met in my life. The most beautiful woman. And I'm not sitting on here to come like simp on the camera or whatever, but seriously, I had the most amazing woman in my life ever. And I let myself get so low because I made excuses, because I thought that I worked too many hours. I thought that it's impossible to eat clean food when I'm always so busy. I thought that the insecurities I had didn't matter and they weren't insecurities. I thought that that's just the way I am. I would always tell her, I'm an overprotective boyfriend. I care about you. Why don't you listen to me? Why don't you ever why do you hide things from me? Why do you lie to me? Why wouldn't she, right? She's terrified of me. Cause everything I did, I'd judge her on. Everything she did, I'd judge her on. I critique her. Critique the way she drove. I was always just naggy, 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 negative, negative. I woke up tired every day. That's one thing I never forget. It's just waking up tired. How did I wake up tired? Even the days of when I would finally get a weekend off, I'd sleep in past noon and wake up tired after 8, 10 hours of sleep. Like I knew something was wrong with me, and I finally figured out that I was I was really deficient in a lot of things, but I had chronic fatigue and chronic low energy. I had low testosterone. My hormones were very jacked up. As you could tell, I have still acne scars that are still curing till this day. When I've been eating clean for 8 months, man, like I was jacked up. And the thing is, I never knew. I thought it was normal. I thought that the feeling was just how I was and how the way my body functions. And I never understood that I could wake up with purpose every day. I could wake up at 2:30 a.m. I don't know if you guys are new to this channel, but I wake up at 2:30 a.m. every single day. I don't wake up at 2:35. I don't sit in my bed. I don't scroll my phone. I get up with energy, with power, with purpose, with fire, with drive, and I conquer the day. I never thought it was possible for me to not procrastinate every 2 seconds, scroll on my phone. I remember sitting in my bed and I'd look at my phone and I'd be watching something, scrolling, watching some BS, some memes, and I'm gonna say 5 more minutes till I get up and I start my day on the weekend when I'm sleeping in. 5 more minutes. 5 minutes go by, I'm like, oh shoot, there's only 15 minutes till 12:30. Let me scroll till 12:30. Then I'll get up. 12:30 comes around, and then I'm like, one more video, and then it's 12:33, and then oh shoot, might as well 12:40, right? And it would go on and on and on and on. And that was a reflection of my life. That was like a mirror. Because every single thing I had to do, another day, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to start waking up earlier tomorrow. I'm going to start meal prepping my meals for work tomorrow. I'm going to do it next week. I already fell off this week. I'm already at Wednesday and I already ate out 4 times. It's already too late. I'm going to do it next week. Then the next week goes on. Then the next month. And then the next 3 months. And then, wow, not only have I not gotten better as a man, but I've gotten worse. And guys, I apologize. I'm right next to the main road. My mic's broke. My phone broke. All in the same week. Things happen. But anyways, I just dug in the dirt. And nobody was there when I broke up with my girl. When I started to change everything. I broke up with my girl because I knew I wasn't the man. I knew I wasn't the person I wanted to be. I knew I wasn't surrounding myself in the right environments. My brothers, I call them my brothers because will always be my brothers. But none of us were doing anything good in life. We were all filling our own voids. We were all eating the junk food. We were all going out till 4 a.m., eating cereal at fires, goofing around, sitting in cars. Those were amazing times in life. Spending time with your boys, laughing, joking. I will never forget those memories. But at some point, like most of you guys watching this, you already experienced them so many times. I've already experienced them so many times. Somebody's got to break loose, right? Somebody's got to make their dreams come true to show the rest of the friend group that it's possible, right? Why can't that be you? Do you see anybody else really doing it? Can you trust anybody else? Why are you going to wait for somebody else to do it for you to go? You got to do it yourself. You got to put yourself in the mud. You got to be willing to break up with your girl if you're not the man yet. You got to be willing to leave your family behind. Apologize. You gotta be willing to leave your family behind. I moved out the country at 19 years old, fearful, doubtful, the devil in my head. Everybody telling me it's a dumb idea. Everybody telling me that I'm gonna fail. They obviously, people support, but then when I leave and I get, word from this person, word from that person, this person's talking about you, this person's talking about, I don't care. You guys can say what you want, dog. I'm willing to die out here. I'm willing to go homeless before I go back home crying at my mom's door. Last thing I ever want is to go back to my mom's house, moving back in. I'm meant to retire my mom. My mom is my heart, my soul, my dream in life. And I say it every day. I write it down every day. I think about it every day. I think about it before I do my cold shower at 2:30 a.m. I think about my mom. When I'm in that cold shower, the time zone difference, my mom is at work. I can't stand that. My mom's never been on vacation. My mom's never got to experience these environments because she's been working her butt off her whole entire life to give me the life that she wanted me to have, to provide for me, to even be the father figure of the household. Some of you guys might know me somewhat personal. Some of you guys might not know me at all in a personal way, but my dad wasn't the father figure of the household. Me hearing my parents argue every day, that's not a man that's raising the right household. And that's not I love my dad to death. I love my dad with my whole heart and soul, but no man is supposed to cuss in front of their kids, supposed to yell at their wife in front of their kids, supposed to drink beer every day. You know, it's like, I don't know how to come on the camera and say it because my dad is my heart and soul too. My dad made me feel special growing up, put me in sports. He trained me. He pushed me very hard, but it was just being the full entire father figure. My dad is amazing, right? But he had so many rough things in his life, and I don't blame him whatsoever. My dad was adopted. His dad died when he was young. He was bullied. His mom abandoned him when he was 18 years old, left him. I don't blame my dad whatsoever. I don't blame anybody. I don't blame my parents for arguing. We all argue. Every relationship argues, right? I don't blame my dad for wanting to come home and pick up the beer. What else did he have? Obviously, there's better things out there, but in his head, we all get to those low points, right? You guys got to be willing to forgive your parents, forgive your family members, forgive your ex-girlfriend, forgive everybody, your ex-wife, whatever age you are, just forgive, let it go, move on. We're all going to be dead someday. What does it really matter? We all have the same feelings as humans at the end of the day. We all feel sad. We all feel happy, proud, depressed, whatever. Every single emotion we all feel. Whether you're at the top of the top, making the most money in the world, if you're fat, you still feel insecure. You don't feel confident. It, stop, stop fantasizing over the materialistic things. I used to always fantasize over what car I'm gonna drive, what house. Yeah, I know what car I'm gonna drive when I'm older. I'm literally building. I'm like, work hard every day. I know I'm gonna get my dream car. I don't care about it. I could care twice. I'm gonna get in it and it's gonna feel normal again. Just like when I got my first dream car, my 2001 Volkswagen GTI. I stanced it out, put a big turbo in it. Whatever. Did all the BS. Stanced it out, had a cool car. That was my dream car, right? Then it meant nothing. I got in it and it was normal. You guys are fantasizing over the feeling you're gonna get when the feeling goes away after a couple days of getting whatever you desire. You need to focus on building yourself up. Like I said, I put myself in the mud. I dug myself a hole that was very hard to get out of. But nobody was there to come pick me up. Nobody was there to come pull me out of the mud. I didn't tell my mom, my dad, when my parents were saying, yo, where's your girl? I'm not going to say her name. Where's your girl at? Like, yeah, we haven't seen her in a while. 2 months in. She's busy. I've been seeing her, but, she hasn't had time to come over. I'm lying because I know I got to go through this as a man. I don't want sympathy. I don't want support. I don't want people to make me feel better. I wanted to go through that pain because I realized the pain was turning into power. I realized that I had this fire in me that I finally lit after breaking my girl, that I could wake up early. I could stop eating the fast food. I meal prepped and I ate 100% clean from that day. I stopped masturbation from that day. I stopped hanging out with my friends for 2 months straight when we would go out every single night doing some BS. Yes, it's fun. Yes, I enjoy the memories. But do I want to reinvent new memories, new environments, new opportunities, new life? Do I want to be the man that I want to be for my children, for my wife? That ain't gonna happen eating cereal at 4 a.m. It ain't never gonna happen. You gotta separate. Like I said, your brothers are always gonna be your brothers. Your family is always gonna be your family. No matter what you go through, forgive them. Move on. Put yourself in the mud. Don't tell anybody what you're doing. You think I told people I'm moving out the country? No, not until right before I did. And guess what? Right before I did is when I had the most fear and doubt, because the most people told me what I'm doing is sketchy. Be careful. Oh man, we believe in you. I can see it straight through their soul. They don't believe in me. They think I'm crazy. They think my own family thinks they thought I was, depressed. They thought I was going through such a hard time and escaping from my reality, quitting my six-figure job that paid me very well, that gave me a career path, that gave me $1 million in retirement if I would have stayed there, right? I'm not meant for that. I'm not meant to sit in a box and work on airplanes all day and turn my life away when I have my own dreams and goals. Maybe if that was my purpose, my passion, and I love to build airplanes and I look forward to every day, then I would. And if you do, you should. But I didn't. And if you don't like what you're doing, it's gonna take months on end, but you gotta get to work. You gotta find yourself a system, a program to follow. That's what I did. I had to invest my last couple $1,000s in my mentor that taught me how to bring myself out the mud, right? But at first, the first 2 months, I didn't have nobody. I didn't have not a single friend there to tell me it's okay. I didn't have my mom there. I didn't have no girl anymore. I had nobody. I didn't see anybody for months. Imagine not seeing a single friend for months. Your girl. Imagine not talking to your parents. Just going through the hardest times of your life, but finding the way out. You want to build that version of you? Or you're going to keep doing the same things? A lot of you guys, the biggest thing I had to give up was eating processed foods, fast foods. I never went a day in my entire life growing up from age 0 to 18 years old. And I never went a day without not eating a single processed food. My whole diet was processed. My mom didn't know about nutrition. My parents didn't know. I was fed terrible food. I had terrible gut health. But guys, my potential would be insane. Like, that's why I want to learn more and more and more from my kids, dog. Like, imagine my son. I think about my son every day. I hope I have a son. I hope I have a daughter. I'm going to have plenty of kids, but that's my next step in life. I'm 20 years old. I'm young, but that's my next step. Guys, I was telling my buddy the other day, you could hand me tickets to the NBA courtside final tickets, whatever. I used to be a big hooper. And I wouldn't be excited. I would say no. That's the thing. That's what average people do. They go watch other men conquer their dreams. They watch sports on the TV. I used to do it. Don't get mad that I'm saying this. But how are you going to stay the same over and over again? How do you expect to watch the sports, eat chips, soda, and get jacked? Like, a lot of you guys just want to get jacked. Why don't you want to become the best version of yourself? Getting jacked is easy. It's so easy. Getting lean is easy. You eating a calorie deficit is easy. But imagine building the top 1% version of you. That's what I coach men to do. That is what I do for a living. And I'm not on here to sell you guys. Obviously, if you guys genuinely relate with me and you want to become the top 1% version of yourself, I'm going to encourage you to get the best coach in the game, obviously. But I'm just on here to document my life process, my journey, man. I'm living in Vietnam currently, conquer my goals, my dreams. And if you would have told me what I'm doing right now is what I'm doing right now just a couple of months ago, maybe not a couple months, like 5, 6 months ago, I would have smacked you in the face when I was working 70-hour weeks. Like, I didn't think it would happen this fast. I was ready to put in years of work. I was ready to post. I posted on social media. I had more posts than I had followers for the longest time. I was willing to put in those reps. And I knew it was going to take time. I didn't care because I knew this was my purpose, my passion. I knew I'm meant to coach men. I knew I'm meant to conquer my biggest dreams and goals, to do the things that I'm fearful of, because fear comes from the devil. That's what you guys got to understand. Everything you fear and everything you doubt about yourself, it's only from the devil. Read it in the Bible. Look it up. Go on ChatGPT. Ask it, where does fear and doubt come from? The devil. Every single time. You're not supposed to fear anything in life besides God. And yes, that's nearly impossible besides for Jesus, right? We all fear. We all have doubts. You got to be willing to cancel them out. You got to be willing to say, am I going to let this little thought in my head decide what my reality is? Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to your mind. Elon Musk, LeBron James, David Goggins, whoever the heck you admire in life, Michael Jordan, you think about them? Guys, they feel sad. They wake up and they don't feel like doing anything some days. They want to procrastinate. They want to scroll on their phones sometimes. No matter how well you think they are, no matter how unrealistic their lives seem, whoever it is, right? They're the same as you. We are all the same. We bleed the same blood. We all have the same emotions. It all just came down to them literally structuring out their day, saying, this is what I have to do day after day after day. And I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to work like there's no tomorrow. But I'm going to know that I can put in these reps every single day for years on end and not see the results and be okay with that, because I know it's going to happen someday. That's what you got to be willing to say. A lot of guys want the quick way out in health and fitness. A main part of my program is health and fitness, because that's what most people are lacking. And then as we're doing that, we build the top 1% standards, habits, mindset, everything, right? As we're building the physique. But the first thing that comes down to is your mindset. What do you truly think you're capable of? Write it down. Write down your biggest goals and dreams. The first thing I did when I broke with my girl is I write pages on pages. I have them in that same room. Guys, when I go back to visit my parents and stuff, I want to make a YouTube video showing you guys that stuff. But I wrote down pages on end of everything I hated about myself, of everything, every single action I didn't like, every single little part of the day, when specific down to when I come home from work, I sit down on the couch to untie my shoes. I shouldn't be doing that, because when I sit down, I pull out my phone and then I scroll. I got so specific that it made it so easy to cut these things out, because I picked three little things, one big thing to focus on through the day, no masturbation, and three little things like tying my shoes on the damn couch and then scrolling on my phone and then getting tired, then taking a nap. Apologize for the noise, guys, but if you guys are really tuning in this far to the video, you're built for more. All the bums already scrolled off. They probably heard the noise and, oh, this is unprofessional. Guys, my mic's broke. What can I do about it? I wanted to come down here, go on a nice little walk, reading the Gospel of John down here. Got this from a guy at church. But guys, if you're still in this video right now, you're built for more, dog. You're meant to be that one friend that leads the pack. You're meant to be the one guy that goes lone wolf, because yes, you can't stay lone wolf forever. It'll go to a very bad point, but you need to do it at first. Your buddy isn't going to lock in with you. Your buddy, once one buddy wants to screw off, the other one does, because you guys are brothers. You guys are alike. That's why I live with somebody that is trying to get better every single day. And if he ever woke up and decided he didn't want to be that man, I'm simply packing my bags and I'm getting out, or he's getting out, and we separate. It's that simple. We both know that. We both agree on that standard. So we both wake up at 2:30 a.m. We both do all these things, but I had to do it by myself first for months on end. I had to get in that dark room when nobody else was there, right? And I say all the time, but you guys can't keep doing the same old things. You guys keep saying it's impossible to eat clean. How could I not go out on the weekends with my friends? How can I not? Guys, if you live like everybody else, how do you expect to be different? That's the question I had to answer for myself. Okay, if I eat out and everybody eats out, and I want to be a 1% man, I want to have a life that 1% of men have, that 99% don't. I want to have a house that 99% of men don't have. I want to have children that 99% have. Environments, experiences, everything. If I'm eating fast food, the same line that these fats, I stopped cussing 2 weeks ago, these fat you-know-whats are sitting there miserable, I am going to be sitting there miserable, maybe not at the moment, maybe about something else in my day, but it's gonna ruin me. If I if I just come down here and sit around like all these people on the beach you guys can't see, guys, it's 9 a.m. Like, what are we doing? This isn't little. You guys, one thing I had to realize too is I don't want a life where I have to escape from and go on vacation. Like, you guys might look at this like it's a vacation spot. This is where I live, and this is where I conquer every day. I have all the opportunity from the devil to come down and relax all day, not check in with my clients, do the bare minimum, eat fast food behind the cameras. Like, nobody would know, right? I can still have a good physique and eat pho and eat fast food here and there. It's easily doable. You see all these BS fitness influencers do it. Those guys are a bunch of bums. Those guys don't want to be great. They might talk like it. They might put on an act, but they don't, because they don't have the actions like it. You might say, oh, well, Elon Musk probably eats a cheap meal here and there. Is he jacked and shredded and the richest man in the world? No. Right? I want every aspect. I don't want just the money with the beer belly and man tits. I don't want just the physique with no money and be broke. I don't want anything below the top 1% version of me. I want to be the most competitive in every single way possible. It's a fact online. You can look it up. 99.9% of men, so 0.1% of no, not men, humans, can eat 100% clean for more than 3 months straight. Guys, it's that easy. You guys look at, become a top 1%, man. That's hard. That's impossible. That's easy. Only 1% of people try, and 1% of people get the rewards. It's that simple. Everyone else does all the average thing. Everyone else goes to the party. They go to the club. They go drink. They go do all the BS. They go hang out with their friends every weekend instead of focus on the business they truly want to build. They go do all the crap. Your friends are always going to be there. The bar's always going to be there. The club's always going to be there. The girls you're chatting with is always going to be there. The girls are going to love you and come after you. Girls chase me every day when I started my journey, and I ignored every single one, right? Like, you guys got to give up the crap. Yes, I'm a human. Yes, it's tempting. Yes, I see pizza and it looks good. Yes, I understand that Chick-fil-A tastes good. Yes, I understand that some street tacos, they sound real nice. I get it. I feel it. And I deny it. You accept it. You accept that version of yourself, and I deny it. That's the only difference. I'm not better than you. I'm not stronger than you. I'm not built more than you. You got to compete with me. We're on the same level. I'm not against you guys. We're on the same team, actually, but we're competitors. But I want to bring everybody up with me. Guys, I experience all the crap. Like, you guys think I'm a robot or something about saying all this stuff. Like, I experience all of it. And I understand how much better life is, living with purpose, living with fulfillment, living with feeling proud every day instead of chasing happiness, chasing proud, delayed gratification. A lot of you guys chase the exact moment. When you want the little treat at night, you eat it. But you know dang well if you weren't to eat it and you wake up the next morning, you'd be like, I'm glad I didn't eat that. I feel a little bit leaner. Just simple little things. I always relate to nutrition because you guys are fat and you understand what it's like. Or you guys are skinny and you understand what it's like. You guys smoke your little robot cocks, your little nicotine sticks. Yeah, I'm just talking crap now, but stop smoking that. Cut it out. Cut out all the crap. Cut out all the noise out of your life. Cut out all the BS friends, the good brothers. Stop hanging out with them for a bit. Go down the rabbit hole down by yourself. Figure out who you truly are. You don't even know who you are. When's the last time you grounded on earth? I got my bare feet on the sand. When's the last time you walked in a forest by yourself? When's the last time you went on a hike by yourself? When's the last time you said, my favorite restaurant where I can get a steak at, not some BS food, where you can go get a steak at? Your favorite steakhouse. When's the last time I took myself there? I always had to go with somebody. You guys have never went and sat down at a restaurant by yourself. Most people, 99% of people, they never sat down and took themselves to a nice restaurant, dressed up for themselves, not for the person they're showing up for, not for the date, not for the buddy's birthday, whoever. You want to be like this guy? Just kidding, guys. I don't actually judge. I just like to troll. But guys, do stuff for yourself. Go on that hike by yourself. Go on a hike and meal prep. Tell me how good you feel when you come back. Go on a challenging hike. Enjoy that view by yourself. Vlog it. Post it on YouTube. Do something spontaneous. Be different for once. Because if you keep doing the same things that are holding you to the same exact version of yourself, you're always going to be that guy. If you eat 99% clean and you have a cheat meal once a month, you're always going to be that guy that has the cheat meal. Is it really that hard to just say no one more time? Is it really that hard to bring a meal prep? Is it really that hard to just fast? If you don't have access for food, I traveled from Bali to Vietnam. I didn't have access to clean food. I just fasted. I didn't eat. Simple. I had a meal prep on the plane and then I missed my flight and then this thing happened, that thing happened. Ended up being in the airport for a whole day. I didn't eat. Simple. Easy. Just, you got to be willing to sacrifice, man. This video's getting long. If you suck in this far, you're a real dog. Drop a comment. I want you to say, I'm a top 1%. No. I want you to say, comment right now. Only top dogs in the chat. Only top dogs in the chat. Yes, sir. Hey, guys, I hope you guys are having a great day. Appreciate you guys for tuning into this video. Let's keep conquering. Let's keep getting 1% better every single day and just chase that top 1% version of ourselves. You're built for more. You watch this video for a reason. I'm connected with God. And God put this video on your page for a reason. So take some action, man. Write it down. Make a system for yourself. If you guys need help, let me know. Shoot me a DM on IG. And if you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, then fill out the link in the bio, book a one-on-one call with me, and we'll be able to chat it up and see if it's a good choice for you, my one-on-one coaching, see if it's a good fit. But other than that, if you guys need help with anything, diet, literally any type of little question, go to my IG in the description, shoot me a DM. And I'm willing, I help guys in the DMs for free all the time. I'm changing guys' lives for free because that's my purpose, my passion. The more lives I can help, the more I'm feeding my purpose, the more I'm doing what God intended me to do on this earth. So let me know, guys. Keep conquering. Let's keep getting after it. Have a great rest of your day. Can't wait to hit this chest day. Let's go. We're bulked up, but we're on a cut right now. We're in a deficit, so let's go. Let's go. Love y'all.